We are down at our 100th KCBS competition in Excelsior Springs, Missouri. It's something like 115 degrees with the heat index down here. We just got all set up. The trailer's all ready to rock. It's time to go ahead and get our program started. So I usually only run 9 thighs, but I went to the store this week and there was only like 3 packs on the shelf. So that means I only had 12 to choose from. So I trimmed up all 12 of them, and I know right away some of them aren't going to make the cut for us when we get ready to box and turn these in, but they're all going to get brined. I'm going to season them all, and then we're going to cook them out and see how they cook out. Not ecstatic about it, but you know, sometimes there's circumstances in this game that you can't control, so you just kind of got to roll with the punches and deal the hand that you were dealt, so to speak. So our big meats have been on the struggle bus this year, but we're going to get our brisket injected. I like to inject pretty heavy on the edges and about a 1-inch pattern. And then later on this evening, I'll come back and get it shaped up for our box here. I think the name of the game is Excellent Average Barbecue. And if we're lucky, maybe even we'll get a brisket call. Box builder number 1's over here, making things look pretty. Christine, how do you like building boxes for our 100th contest?
It's no different than the 99th.
You've built at least 400 of these boxes now. Parsley or kale? Which one is your favorite medium for boxes to work with?
Kale is easier because I can do it way ahead of time and then be able to just flip them into the boxes. Parsley sucks because it sticks to your fingers and everywhere else.
So our pork has been non-existent this year, and I think pork for us has probably been even more frustrating than the brisket program because our pork used to be like back even before we had any consistency whatsoever. I think our pork was like kind of our go-to. Like we'd always be able to count on pork showing up, and lately it's just I don't know what. Like I just haven't been able to figure it out. So, but usually I cook 4 CT butts, but this week I cut it back to 3. Just because I think when I have less meat, I can focus a little bit more. But those are beautiful. The marbling on there is absolutely amazing. They look great. That trim job was nice and easy. Mark Lambert actually just dropped a few weeks back a compart trim video for CTs, and I've employed that method here, and I like how they turn out there. You're asking yourself, like, what have you done to try and improve your pork game? Well, I actually keep okay notes. I went back to my old notes and saw what I previously was doing. Because inevitably along the way you make changes trying to simplify things, and sometimes I think you might have lose the essence of what you were originally cooking there. So kind of went back to where I started from, which was working, and hopefully we see some results for that this weekend. Perfect. We've got 3 racks of ribs this weekend. Rack number A, B, and C. Let's play a game. Guess which rack is the Prairie Fresh rack this weekend. And if you guessed rack number B, you'd be the winner. Rack number B, rack B. That's a good looking rack, but pretty happy with our racks of ribs this weekend. We're only cooking 3 this weekend because I want to try and dial in things as much as possible. But it was an early start this morning. But our brisket's on. And we're gonna go ahead and get our pork seasoned up, get our chicken injected, and get our program rolling. So a lot of competition barbecue is trying to get the color that you're looking for. And that's our brisket color that we're going for right there. Nice and dark on top. Smells delicious. And then after you get the color you get for it, you got to get the tenderness you want, right? So we braise a lot of our meats. And in competition barbecue, you kind of want to work ahead, right? So our braise for this I made ahead of time at home. Braise, wrap, whatever you want to call it, same difference, right? And We're just putting that on there, pouring it around the edges. Developed just a beautiful color on that pork butt. Look at that. Looking awesome. Get them wrapped up here. There's that money muscle right across the front there. And I think we need a little bit more. Not quite.
We need a little more.
Yep.
All right, guys, I'm not very good at speeches, but so good to be out here in the parking lot, burning our asses off, cooking food. I wish every one of you good luck. Let's cheers to good luck, guys. Cheers.
The Wild Child. How much money we got in the Wild Child?
Right now we've got 860, I think.
860. So 11th place brisket winner is walking home with an extra $860. Good time to get together with the community, have a little break in your cook. We got enough options when it comes time to select the old chicken. If you're wondering the entire chicken process, all the detailed chicken process, I broke down a video that you can check out on the channel. Drums rolling right at about 425. We're gonna give her a little bit more gas, Kev. Let her rock. Looking beautiful.
It was 4.6.
I've been trying to teach this to Kev for 100 contests. So we're looking to see that it goes in easy, but when you pull back, see how that's still hanging on there?
Yep.
That's not ready yet.
Nope.
Yeah, we got some nice selections in there. It looks a lot better than I anticipated, that's for sure. And I put a probe on there and I let it hang out until it hits about 206, but of course we're gonna feel them and see how tender they get for us. There we go. That smell, I can always tell by that smell. Remember that smell we used to have on our pork, Kev?
Remember, David, I don't smell, but yes,
Oh,
I do
yeah.
remember the smell that we had.
Okay, you see how that's coming right out of there, just like
Brilliant.
both? That's perfect. We can go ahead and check the back side here. That's slamming good too, so if we need some pulled, we got some pulled in there too as well. That's looking perfect.
David won't be able to resist putting some cold.
Ribs are one of those things like it's tough to get them right, man, and the window for opportunity is tight, really tight. And we got some sizz happening on that middle bone, which looks good, but the true test is that bend test. And I think that feels pretty good. I'm gonna give them 5 more minutes. Go time. You see that chicken? It looks pretty good, but let's see what we think. I mean, juicy, bite through skin. Flavors seem to be balanced. The texture seems to be enjoyable. Hopefully it hits today. We'll see. I really like the chicken though. We'll see how it runs. What do you think of the chicken today?
Got a really good bite. It's got good flavor. Tenderness is spot on. I think it's definitely a good chicken today.
So rib turn in is next, but I'm gonna work ahead a little bit to give us some time here, give us a little reprieve from the heat. So I'm just gonna go ahead and prep my money muscles. So we're gonna start by just slicing that guy off of there. And that looks, I'm pretty happy with that. That looks pretty good. It feels kind of soft like a baked potato almost, so that's nice. Now all I have to do is just slice up the money muscle, or put the money muscles on the smoker, let the sauce set, slice them up, and then we'll be ready to rock. There's another one. I'm gonna slice him off really nicely. That looks good. That one's nice too as well. Kind of like the give there a little better. And you see how that's not giving back? That means that fat's nice and rendered in there, which should make for a good bite. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit them with a little bit of our sauce. gonna swipe with maple syrup here. And then I'm just gonna dust them here. Hey baby, how are you? All right, let's see what these ribs are talking about. There's that first rack. Go ahead and slice these up. Then we want just a hint of maple, not of too much. Good, looking good. And no dust on the top. I like to come back in with my rub. Just a little bit of that. This is the end bone, but check out the moisture in that. I know you want to take a bite. Here's rack number 2. Rack number 1 was pretty good. Probably a little sweet in my opinion. Tenderness was good. Let's get a bite of rack number 2. I mean, probably, that's pretty good, I think. It's a meteor rib. I like the spice level better in this one than rack number 1. That's a good bite. Spice level's still there. We got one more rack to try. These are beauts. There's one side. She looks pretty good. Let's get a bite. I mean, look at that. Not fall off the bone, bite through. I think that's perfect. The fat's rendered nicely in there. What do you think? It is 100 degrees down here today, so I would suggest definitely using some salt or using a little bit of finishing salt or finishing dust. But there she is in all her glory, nice and pretty. I'm loving that, the way that looks in the box. And then we're gonna take one of the best bones out of here that kind of looks like the other one, which in my opinion is this guy. And we're sitting at 12:19. Window doesn't open until 12:25, so we got lots of time here. There's no need to rush at all, but that looks good. Always put your best meat in the box. Whatever you're the most excited about, what most happy about, put the best in there. If there's 2 racks that don't make it, then don't worry about it. You only need 6 pieces. Brush on the side so they got a little bit of color on them. A little bit of salt here. And hit it with a little bit of water. I mean, what do you guys think? You guys loving those or what? I'm telling you, that looks good. I like it. If you're liking this, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It's 12:38. If you didn't catch this, this is a marathon, man. It's like no rest for the wicked, but we got to get into that pork now. All right, so we got our pork out. I know a lot of guys right now aren't turning in pulled pork, they're just turning in muscles. But I believe that if you have good pulled pork, then you know you could have a good day. So I'm gonna see if I can't get any pulled pork out of the leftover CT butts that we had. I want to taste the au jus, see if it's something that I like or not. That is pretty sweet today, but I can work with that. That fat should just pull right off of there like that. Somebody texted me the other day asking me what knife I use to pull the fat and separate the pulled. If you cook it right, you don't need any utensils. We got one more piece here. There she is. Nice and soft. I hope you guys can see that. I'm doing a good job of illustrating that. Okay, you can see this is a good example. That's not falling apart and it doesn't look as juicy or as tender as those other pieces are. So there she is, the brisket. This is where you can win your contest or kill your contest. Let's see how we did.
Cleaning the wood.
I mean, that looks like she's peeling off of there pretty good. All right. So, there she is. Nice accordion. Well, she broke. Might be a touch over. Flavor-wise, it's good. I like the bark. Not too salty. Feels dry though. All right, we're getting closer back to the point. Let's try it again. All right, so tenderness is a little better there. Hangs under its own pressure. Breaks easily. Much more moisture in that piece. That's a real good bite. So our slices are going to come from that point back. And we need 6 of them. You can tell I'm a little rusty because my slices are not turning out like I wanted. Knife skills are a must. All right, there we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can get out of there. We want to make sure whatever we're putting on here is going to be delicious. Slide that off. Move that over there. Touch of our au jus. And let's dust her up. Let's see what we're working with. Again, the tenderness is pretty good. Not in love with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, something's tinny in there, and I think it's this. Yeah. It's the sauce. But,
Try without the sauce.
no, I was just going to try it with, I think it's the au jus that's tinny in there. Okay. Less of the au jus, balance out the sauce, and that's what we're going to roll with. Then we're going to brush the au jus over top of the sauce. Then we're going to hit it with the dust. Thank you. Grab our spatula, and then we're going to put that right there. This should have been my bag slice, or I should have left him out of the box altogether. That's a mistake, for sure. All right, that is not a 180 box, that's for sure. We'll hope flavor and tenderness carry us in that. It's probably a touch over. That's our brisket box. It could be better, lots of room for improvement there, but I can definitely do better. Oh, almost time for awards. I think everybody's tired. So now's the fun part, awards. And I think it's gotten extremely hot as the days worn on. It's crazy out here. I don't know that I can handle the heat much anymore. I feel like we had a pretty good cook. It was pretty solid. So I usually go to Kristen and ask her what she thinks about our cooks when we're sitting here at awards. What do you think? How do we, after not cooking for 3 weeks?
3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, 3 weeks off.
Competing for 3 weeks.
Competing for 3 weeks. We certainly cooked.
We've been cooking.
Yeah, we've been cooking. Just haven't competed. What do you, what did you love?
Chicken. I also really liked pork. You were talking earlier about our pork, trying to work on that.
Yeah.
And I think that was really good today.
That was solid today.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What else? Brisket was we left some points on the board with brisket. We got some things to tighten up.
Ribs are great though.
No, the ribs are good. I do realize that looking back through the pictures now that it would have been I should have slid those bones forward because they're a little far.
Back.
They're a little far back, and we had plenty of time to do that. I don't know why I didn't think about that till now, but when you're in the moment, it's all kinds of stuff is happening. Yeah.
Trying to get all sorts of stuff done.
Yeah, but no, for the 100th cook, man, I feel pretty good about it. But with 60 plus teams and judges that have opinions,
was definitely better than our first pro cook. Do you remember that one? Down in the swamp.
God. That was a nightmare. Oh man. But hey,
Down
we
in the
got through
swamp
that
with
one.
mosquitoes that big.
If we were comparing the brisket to that one, it was a far call. It was a far cry from that.
Yeah, our brisket was shoe leather that day.
Yeah. This one wasn't shoe leather, but it wasn't our best work either. We should have we could have I don't know. I like the flavor of the brisket, I think. I was not impressed with the moisture, and I need to do a better job on the trim so that our edges aren't getting crispy.
Good, crispy.
And then I think I got to make sure to back off of it just a little bit. So we got lots of notes for Hampton, so make sure you guys are coming back, hitting that like and subscribe button, and checking it out. But here's Kevin, the funny man of the crew.
Your drink's here, by the way, boss.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna need some refreshment. The lemonade's quite nice. What did you? How are you feeling about our contest today?
I thought it was a good cook. I liked most of what we had, and things seemed to go pretty smoothly. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Never frickin' know, though, man.
No, right? And it was interesting, like when that judge stopped by afterwards, right? Like a couple of his comments that he made about, like he felt that his judging table was pretty spot on, and they were all
Pretty close with their scores. So
yeah.
It's hard to ask for anything more than consistent judging like that.
No,
So
I mean, all we can hope is that all the tables that we're
Yep.
yeah. So yeah. But no. Cool.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
Number 4, Machete Boys BBQ. Number 2 overall, Meat Rushmore BBQ and our reserve grand champion. Number 1 in the 2025 25-year reunion BBQ contest, Smoke This, Drink That, with a 710.8572. Holy smokes! That's unheard of, a 710.